Today we're going to be walking through how to create email marketing inside of the Point system. Email marketing allows you to keep connected with your borrowers. There's many reasons to use email marketing. You could use it to send out emails after files close to congratulate them and instruct them on the next steps. You could email previous borrowers who have high interest rates and may want to refi, or just send out a birthday email. We're going to walk through sending out the birthday email to borrowers. First, we're going to go to the Templates menu at the bottom left of the navigation panel. In here, you will first need to add in the email that you're wanting to send out to your borrowers. You will create this in the Custom Forms, Letters, Email area. If you already have the document and it's already in a Word format, you can import that with the Import button at the top right. A reminder, if you are importing a document, it needs to be in the Word format .doc, and this is the 1997 to 2003 version. You can also select the New button at the top and create a new custom form. Let me open the one that I created. I already have a short birthday message in here, but you could type this in or paste it in if you already had it typed somewhere else. Let's go ahead and add a birthday image to the header. Custom Forms has the same function as Word for adding any images in. I'm going to double click into the header area at the top of the screen to open up the header. Then I'm going to add in the image. Go up to Insert, Pictures, and select where you have your image saved. Then when it loads, you can resize it as needed with the boxes at the side of the image. Next, let's walk through putting the borrower's name at the top of this. To add fields into a custom form, you'll need to have the Point Custom Form box showing on your screen. From the drop-down, find what data you're wanting to have pull over, select that, and then click the Insert button. This will put the field name into your form with carets around it. This shows that it will be pulling data from your files. And then I want to remember to hit the space bar to put a space between the first and the last name. I'm going to go back and find the borrower's last name, select that, and click Insert. You would continue this process to complete all the data that you wanted to pull into your email message that you're creating. When you're done, click the Save button and then close. Once you've finished building out the email, we're going to move over to creating the marketing report for who we want to receive this email. On the left Templates category, we're going to change and select the Report and Marketing. You'll want to select New at the top to start a new blank report. First, we're going to want to enter a report title. I like to put a dash before the title so it stays at the top of the list for you. Then we're going to start entering field names from Point that we want to show in the report. So you can use the drop-down list, or you can start typing and select from the options that come up. When you select a field name, it will automatically populate a field ID for you. I'm going to add in the borrower's first and last name since we put that into the email. Then I'm going to look for the borrower's date of birth in the list. If you don't see the field name that you want, then you'll need to type in the field that you want and then type in the corresponding field ID from Point. I'm going to go ahead and save the report that we started and walk through this process for you. I'm going back into the Loans area and I'm going to open up a loan. To get the field ID, you need to have at least one of the options selected under your utilities. You will need to enable the Field Pop-up Help or Display Field ID selected. The Enable Field Pop-up Help will allow you to hover over the field and will pop up the value of the field ID. The Display Field ID will show the field ID in the lower right when you click into that field. Our borrower's date of birth field is 118. Another field that you will always need if you're sending an email out is the borrower's email address. And that field is 112. I'm going to go ahead and close our file and go back to our reports in the templates area and put these two into our report. On a new line in the report, I'm going to type in the borrower's date of birth, and in the field ID area, I'm going to enter the field 118. Then below, I'm going to do the same for the borrower's email. I'm also going to add in a filter for the date of birth so I can narrow my results by the month when I'm running the report. If you click on the dots underneath the conditions, a condition builder screen will open. You could select the condition dropdown and select the month of number, and then enter the month value off to the right in the text value. This will always filter the report results for the month that you enter here. I prefer to click the checkbox at the bottom. This will allow you to enter the months when you are actually running the report, rather than having to come back into this screen and update this each time you want to send out another email. After you're done entering the fields that you want to pull, then we can go down to the output options and select the third option, Use Results for Mail Merge Marketing Documents. Right under the header, it gives you directions to either add a link or edit a link for the mail merge documents. This is where we'll add the custom form we created for the email. I'm going to click the Add Link button, and a marketing document and options screen will open. There are 3 radio buttons at the top. The mailing label options will let you create mailing labels. If you are using this option, you will also need to have the borrower's address in the report section so you can match the drop-downs to the field in the report. Then you would select the mailing label template below. The email option is for the email marketing. When this is selected, the email options will ungray and allow you to fill it in. First, we will want to enter the email subject that we want. I'm going to call this Happy Birthday. In the drop-down to the right, we need to select the borrower's email address. Below that, you'll see a list of custom form. Click the checkbox next to the custom form and then select OK. This will put the document in the chart. Below the chart, there is an option to delete duplicates. Once you check the Eliminate Duplicates checkbox, then you can choose between filtering it based on the borrower or co-borrower's Social Security number, and then which file to use. The file that was created most recent, or the file that has the latest close date. If you are wanting to use this option, you also would have needed to add the borrower's Social Security into the report field. We're going to click Save, and then go over to the Reports and Marketing and walk through running this to send out the birthday email. In the Reports and Marketing tab, we will first need to select the data folder or folders that you want to run this report on. Next, at the top of the screen, we need to change the radio button report from Reports to Marketing, and then select the report that we made from the drop-down. Once this is selected, you can use any of the filters in your report: originator or processor, current status of the file, or a file that was in a certain status between dates. Since we're running it for a birthday email, I want to sort it by the birthday month. In the center section, there's a field name showing date of birth. To the right of that is where we're able to add in these filters. I'm going to select the condition dropdown and pick the month of number. Then to the right of that, I'm going to enter the value of the month that I'm wanting to send the email for. When you're finished adding those if you want, then go ahead and click the Generate button. A report viewer will open up showing all the results of your report. At the top, there is a Delete Selected Row button. This allows you to remove borrowers from the list who you don't want to receive the marketing email. Once you've finalized your list of who you want to receive your marketing email, click the Generate button at the bottom. A Word document with the custom form will open, as well as the Marketing Tools email box. When you're ready to send out the emails to the borrowers, click on the Send Email button. This will send out the marketing email to all of those in your report. Let's walk through another example of how you could use the email marketing. Say I want to send out an email to all my previous borrowers who've purchased in the last year and see if they want to refinance. We're going to go back into our templates and into our custom forms area. This time I have the document ready, so we're going to import it. Anytime we're importing a Word document, you do want to make sure that you're using the older version. This is the marketing email that I prepared. And I'm going to do a save as and change the version to the .doc version for us to import. Now that we have the correct version saved, let's import that with the import button on the top right. In this email, I want to put a couple of mapped fields. I'm going to enter the borrower's first and last name for the email. So I'm going to place my cursor where I want the name to show up. Select the borrower's first name from the drop-down and click Insert. And then click the space bar because I want to put a space between the first and last name. And then do the same for the borrower's last name. I've also put an Apply Now image into this email, and I'm going to link this to my Zip Point of Sale LO landing page. I'm going to open up the Zip Point of Sale admin page and show you the loan originators listed. I have these LOs that have their landing page, but I want to use the link for the LO Bobby Young. You can use the website listed here as long as you add the https:// before their URL. Or you could click the URL here and then just copy the URL at the top since that already contains that HTTPS. In the document, we're going to right-click on this image that's Apply Now and select the link option. We're going to paste the URL that we copied from the LO's landing page into this address bar and then click OK. Then save and close this. Now we need to go and build out the report. I'm going to start a new report. And some of the items that we're going to need for this report are the borrower's first and last name, since we added that to the email. We're going to need the borrower's email address. And since we want to send this email out to our borrowers who had previously purchased a home, we want to put in the loan purpose and the close date. After we have added our fields, we can go in and put some conditional filters on them like we did with the birthday email. I can choose to pick a condition dropdown and enter a value in here, which will make the report always filter by that result. Or I can click the checkbox, and that will allow me to filter the option when I'm actually running the report. On this one, I'm going to use the dropdown and make it equal to and type in purchase. It's going to automatically filter out anything besides purchase. We have the same options with the date closed. I'm going to select the checkbox at the bottom so we can change the date options when we're running the report. Now we can go down to the output options and select the last option for our marketing documents. We're going to click the Add Link button. We will select the email option up at the top, enter our email subject line. I'm going to call this one, "Is it time to refinance?" Then select the email option from the drop-down. Below that, we'll select the custom form that we just created. Then click Save and close out of this. Now we're ready to send out the marketing email. We're going to change to the Reports and Marketing tab. And first, select the data folder or data folders that you want to run it on. And make sure that the radio button on the top is selected to marketing. Then you can select your report from the drop-down. We can now use any of the filters to narrow our results. We have the date closed in the middle here since we checked the checkbox on the conditions when we were creating that report. I can select a time frame from this drop-down and it will use that filter in my results. I'm going to pick last year. And after you've finished with all the filters that you want, you can generate the report. From the results, I can highlight and delete any borrowers that I don't want to receive the marketing email, and then click Generate. This is going to bring up the Word document and show you what it's going to look like. And when you're ready to send out the email, just click the Send Email button. Here's the email that I just sent out, and you can see we have the Apply Now button, and if we click it, it's going to open up that LO's landing page for us to start the online application. Thank you for attending today's webinar. We hope you've received some helpful information. If we did not get to your question during this webinar, we will reach out shortly with that reply. At the end of the session, you will receive a survey, and we would appreciate you completing that so we can improve our training program and follow up with you if you so choose. To further assist you, a recording of the webinar will be emailed to attendees and available on the Calix website very soon.